From never getting over Robin Scherbatsky
Do you love me? No.
to marrying the love of his life,
Will you marry me on Thursday?
Yes.
here's Ted's worst and best romantic choices in How I Met Your Mother. Starting off with a good one, in season 1, where Ted met Victoria, the mysterious baker, for the first time at Stuart and Claudia's wedding. They fell in love at first sight.
When I least expected it.
Victoria wanted the perfect night, just like Ted after being left alone by Robin at the wedding. So she decided they shouldn't know anything about each other, not even their names. That's right, they both came up with ridiculous fake names just to hide their identities.
You can call me Buttercup.
Pleased to meet you, Buttercup. I'm Lando Calrissian.
See, all Victoria wanted was this perfect night, and Ted was definitely not going to stand in her way. The boy was in love. But what he didn't know is that those fun fake names will help him to find who she truly is. As the night went on, Ted and Victoria couldn't leave each other alone.
Very nice.
Yeah? Okay, I don't really know how to tap dance.
I couldn't tell you.
They danced, played the piano, and even stole the flower bouquet.
Wait. Let's do all the single ladies in this joint a big favor and steal the bouquet.
Yes.
However, it all soon came to an abrupt end when Victoria vanished, just as they were about to kiss.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Left heartbroken the next day, he did everything to find her, even calling the bride and groom to see if they knew her whilst on their honeymoon.
Her name was Victoria. I don't know her last name.
Well, lucky for you, I know that guest list backwards and forwards.
Thank God.
Unlucky for you, there was no Victoria at my wedding. Goodbye, Ted.
It turned out she wasn't on the guest list, and it looked hopeless. Until Claudia mentioned the bakery she bought the wedding cake from, Buttercup. Yep, the same fake name Victoria used the night before.
Marshall wanted to know where you guys got that cake.
Cake? We got it at this little bakery downtown. It's called the Buttercup Bakery.
Ted knew what he had to do and headed straight for Victoria's bakery, watching her from the window just before making one of his best romantic choices.
However you feel, whatever it takes, whenever it's...
While Ted's underlying persistence didn't always work out in his love life, Victoria seriously appreciated it. As soon as she saw him walk through the doors of her baker's, she ran into his arms without a second thought. Coming up next, a girl from Ted's past, not in a good way though. She's a headache. One of Ted's more recurring awful romantic choices is dating Karen over and over again. Karen, without competition, is the least likable of all of Ted's girlfriends, but for Ted to see that, he had been sorry bro'd about 10 times.
My ex-girlfriend Karen moved to town. It's all the same, Robin.
Karen's in town.
You have got to be...
See, Karen wasn't just evil in relationships during college, but rude to Lily and Marshall all the time. No wonder they didn't want them to get back together all the time.
I love that you guys live in a dorm. So American. It's like, let's all eat bologna sandwiches and be racist.
You pass the salt?
Salt? So bourgeois.
And she cheated on him, not once, not twice, but over and over. I mean, seriously, Ted, get some self-respect.
Karen!
Sorry, bro.
Before you say anything, I think that you should read Baudelaire's La Fleur du Mal.
Okay.
Well, it's college. Everyone makes mistakes. Not Karen, though. Even in the present day, she was still repeating the same unfaithful mistakes.
Karen? Oh my God. How could you? Sorry, bro.
Only this time, it was Ted on the other side saying, sorry, bro. Clearly, she hasn't learned nothing since graduating college, and Ted finally realizes how bad of a girlfriend she actually was to him.
Karen, you're a really hurtful and reckless person, and I never want to see you or speak to you again.
At least Ted finally realized what an awful romantic choice Karen was to choose over and over again. To be honest, he should have realized it when she was a lingerer.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Robin was Ted's love at first sight, but shortly after they realized their differences and ended. Here's why. One of Ted's best romantic choices coming up here, we start by looking at the pilot episode where it's love at first sight when Ted sees Robin.
I'm ready. Where is she?
And there she was.
Ah, yes, the moment they saw each other, everyone was predicting an epic love story. We all know how that went. Although it took some work, Ted scored Robin pretty easily, only an episode later. And starting a relationship destined to fail towards the end of season 1.
I was gonna...
This moment of them both finally realizing they should be together seemed like a romance story that would last the ages. Ted, being a hopeless romantic, would never seem to work with Robin being too focused on her work and own life. I mean, we've all been there, right?
And we want different things. That's still there. That's not going away. I gotta think about this.
Okay, fine. Think about it on the plane. Let's go to Paris for the weekend. I'm serious. I'm kidding. I'm serious.
I can't go to Paris. I'm going camping.
This didn't seem to last too long, as at the end of season 2, their relationship came to a swift end when Robin totally freaked out at the thought that Ted may have proposed to her.
No, Ted, you cannot do this to me. No.
What are you talking about?
This is what I'm talking about. What is this doing in my champagne? Oh, God, listen, I just gotta get out of here.
That's not mine.
What?
This breakup may have seemed like a negative moment at the time, but it was a great romantic decision. Ted and Robin both had two different views on life, and they were complete opposites. I guess when they say opposites attract, they aren't always right.
We're not doing this, are we?
I don't want to have kids in Argentina.
And I don't want to have kids in Argentina.
Ah, yes. The end of their first relationship, and I say first because there were many after this, which they shouldn't have. Breaking up with Robin is one of his best choices in How I Met Your Mother, and that is how it should have stayed. This next one is a long pursuit, and I'm not downplaying that. Here's Ted's Halloween lover. The episode, The Slutty Pumpkin, introduced a new character called Naomi, where Ted met her at a rooftop Halloween party 4 years ago, season 1, episode 6.
I was at this Halloween party up on the roof of our building, about to call it an early night, when out of nowhere appeared this girl in the sexiest pumpkin costume.
Wait, how can a pumpkin costume be sexy?
It was carved in strategic places.
Ted believed there was a true connection between them and remembered the key detail of her mixing Kahlua and root beer. Apparently, a cocktail she made herself.
We're at the bar, and I see her mix Kahlua and
root bear.
A cocktail she invented herself.
And she
called it the Tootsie Roll.
Because
it tastes like an alcoholic Tootsie Roll.
Can I please tell the story?
For the past 4 years, Ted goes to the same party wearing the same costume just in case she shows up. See what I mean about hopeless romantic?
What's with the face?
It's half you're pathetic, half I have to pee.
So go to the bathroom.
No, there's a huge line. I don't want to miss the slutty pumpkin.
Well, later on, he eventually does meet the Slutty Pumpkin in season 7, episode 8. 10 whole years later, where she's officially introduced as Naomi. Good they got rid of that nickname.
You probably don't remember me, but
Halloween. 10 years ago. Now that's a slow play.
After 10 whole years, he finally gets a date with the girl he looked for every Halloween. But was it meant to be?
5 days since you laughed at me saying, get that together, come back and see me.
Kids, it took me 10 years, but I finally kissed her. And it was terrible.
Clearly, hunting for a girl you barely knew for years on end doesn't work out well. They had no chemistry whatsoever.
her hair's up my nose. Her shoulders jabbing into my windpipe. Maybe we reposition.
Well, at least Ted knows there's no chemistry. She seems a little out of the loop, though. Luckily, this sporadic love story doesn't last too long.
I know you're super into me, but we are terrible together.
Wait, what?
At least they were both on the same page. If there's one thing to learn from this, don't waste 10 years of Halloween chasing the same girl that you've never got to know. Aside from that, It's refreshing to see Ted not pursue a girl who he is completely incompatible with. It only took 7 seasons.
Love. Wait, what? No. Say sunsets, pancakes, anything. Just don't say you.
Moving on, we all know Ted being this hopeless of a romantic doesn't get him anywhere for a long time. It's like he tries to make the wrong decision, especially with this next one. And we're back to hopeless romantic Ted with his pursuit of Stella and his eventual massive mistake of a proposal. Their relationship started on endless tries of Ted asking her out while she was doing 10 sessions of tattoo removal on him.
Did you know Ted thought this was a date? What? You're not allowed to date a patient. It's an AMA rule. She's not allowed to date patients. It's an AMA rule. She's not allowed to date patients. It's an AMA rule. She's not allowed to date.
Yeah, I got it.
He persisted in taking her out despite her repeatedly telling him no.
So if you're not allowed to date a patient, I'll wait until these 10 sessions are up, and then I'll ask you out then.
Well then, fair warning. I'm gonna say no.
See, she really didn't seem too interested. And as Barney says,
You can't turn a no into a yes, Ted. Can't be done.
but then the final season came around where although she didn't say yes, she didn't say no.
I have a daughter.
What?
Her name's Lucy. She's 8. Work and being with her, that's pretty much my life.
But this excuse didn't matter to Ted. He threw her an elaborate 2-minute date and began seeing her after a heartfelt kiss.
That wasn't so bad, right? No lengthy, awkward silences. Dessert ran a little long, so I had to cut the goodnight kiss.
I think I could be late just once.
But like all Ted's relationships, they start off great and end up in shambles as Ted makes really, really stupid decisions. I mean, he really tried to make this relationship work, but they had too many conflicts of interest, like she hated Star Wars. Surely, that's an immediate deal breaker.
Okay, if Stella doesn't like this movie, I can't marry her.
No, you can't.
You want to watch it again?
Yes, I do.
He actually said if she doesn't like Star Wars, he can't marry her. But guess what? As I just told you, she hated it.
You hated it, didn't you?
Oh, so stupid. I mean, first of all, how do they understand that walk-in bear they hang around with all the time?
Wookie.
Yeah, he goes, and they're all like, that's a good point, Bear. Let's try that.
But he still made that horrendous decision to propose to Stella.
Will you marry me?
Yeah, that's hard to watch. At least the whole wedding never actually completed, as this had to be one of the worst romantic decisions, leading him to being left at the altar. Our next romantic choice on this list followed an enemies to lovers arc. It's a shame she was so annoying. Zoey. Nobody liked Zoey. I mean, she had to be the most insufferable character How I Met Your Mother ever introduced.
Ted Mosby, we don't like you! What do you have to say for yourself? Tearing down a beautiful old building just to put up a stupid bank headquarters.
Boo. Freaking who?
And when Ted couldn't stop pursuing her in season 6, everybody knew this had to be one of the worst romantic ventures that Ted embarked on.
So what are we protesting tonight? Rising cost of jet fuel? The government's oppressive top hat and monocle tax?
And what are you doing here? Oh, right. Beautiful old building. You're here to knock it down.
At first, she seems like the absolute perfect girl for Ted, both with a passion for architecture and, in his words, she's funny and hot.
Not only is she funny, hot, and genetically female, but get this, she's an architecture nerd! A hot architecture nerd! That's the dream!
But this is only the first time they met, and she wasn't exactly normal.
Wasn't expecting bunnies.
I stole them, Ted. My animal rights group liberated these guys from an evil cosmetics company. And I figured, hey, Ted's a vet. He can check them out and make sure they're okay.
Yep, she stole a van filled with bunnies. And as Barney said,
Ted, this woman is an anarchist, a sociopath, a lunatic, and for the love of God, boobs.
Solid C-cup, perky bounce.
Momentary grudging respect.
this is why she is one of Ted's worst romantic interests. She's crazy. And their opposing architectural views didn't help this enemies to lovers arc.
Zoey, you're very pretty. Your hair smells great.
Shampoo. You should try it sometime.
You don't know the first thing about architecture.
Key, Ted Mosby's car.
Later, we see the two eventually build a connection despite Zoey being married, even with Ted admitting this.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you and I hanging out doesn't, cross any lines.
Me too.
I mean, if either one of us had even the slightest hint of feelings for the other, we shouldn't hang out. You don't, do you?
No. Do you?
No.
This is followed by Ted spending the whole episode trying to hate Zoey because he doesn't want to be in love with someone in a marriage. Well, turns out that marriage fell through.
Zoey and the captain are getting divorced, which means
there was nothing standing in their way now.
Marshall, I gotta go.
So again, Ted gets the girl after a long pursuit from enemies to lovers. But how long does that last?
Zoey!
All right. What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't know. Sometimes things have to fall apart to make way for better things.
A whole of 8 episodes, and all due to their conflicts of interest about the Arcadian Hotel. What a waste for what could have been a perfect match. Or not. Gotta remember, she's cuckoo. Here, we have another wedding-themed lover. This is getting concerning, Ted. Except this time, it's not him being left at the altar. Victoria returns in season 7, revealing old feelings still lingering. It turns out, Ted and Victoria's relationship wasn't all perfect. Later in the series, Ted and Victoria meet again at the architect's ball, which he also took Robin to. However, this time, their meeting isn't as romantic, given their sour ending. You know, when Ted cheated on her.
We were together for a while, but then she moved to Germany. We decided to try long distance, but it didn't work because I cheated on her with someone at this very table.
That was definitely a bad romantic choice. But this moment of seeing Victoria flooded Ted with all those previous great memories. Victoria initiates a conversation with him about taking Robin as a date to the ball. That's awkward, but Ted wasn't thinking about nerves or awkwardness, but his previous actions.
Let me do the dishes.
What?
I have to make amends for what I did. Look, I can't undo what I did 6 years ago, but I can wash dishes. It's actually something I'm good at.
Immediately, Ted must have been filled with guilt, as after a short chat with Victoria, he was practically begging to wash the bakery's dishes just to make amends for cheating on her with Robin. Doesn't seem like an equal trade-off to me, right?
You got anything else you need to atone for? My oven needs cleaning.
No, nothing else. Not yet, anyway.
I'm getting married.
Ted's night shattered with only 2 words. That must have hurt. Just as he thought everything was going so well again. Well, this was step 1 of this bad romantic choice. I mean, come on, Ted. She's married. Later on, in the end of season 7, the two are reunited again when Ted is convinced by Robin to call Victoria.
Hey, Victoria, it's Ted. Listen, I was just wondering if you wanted to catch up sometime. It's been a while.
That sounds nice.
The two seem to be missing each other if they make plans that fast after not calling for several months.
All these years, I never stopped thinking about you, Ted. I've got a car outside, if you're ready to drive off into the sunset together.
Eesh, some tough decision-making there, especially since he'd been helping Victoria do the exact same thing that Stella did to him, leave him at the altar. However, as we know, Ted did run away with Victoria, holding hands as they drove into the sunset.
I feel bad for the guy. I'm stealing the greatest girl in the world away from him.
You're not stealing me. I'm choosing you.
This being a remarkably bad romantic choice, I mean the whole relationship is built on lies, deceit, and Ted still having feelings for Robin. Anyway, this next romantic choice is the final breaking point for Ted. It was the last girl he dated before he was finally able to end up with the girl he'd marry. Jeanette allowed him to see beyond all these toxic relationships by being one herself and move on to someone more mature. But before he could do that, he had to learn a lesson from Jeanette. He was finally on the other side of it, someone who could manipulate their surroundings to better themselves, and he was the one being pursued for once. Not a surprise though, she's also crazy.
You followed me to the bookstore from where? How long have you been following me?
This is embarrassing. Remember when you were on the cover of New York Magazine?
That was like 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
As Ted rightfully put it, she was a mistake, but you could argue she contributed to the greater good of Ted's relationships. Their whole relationship was her controlling his actions and doing anything she liked, like wearing white to a wedding and a veil.
Oh, and by the way, just so this doesn't turn into an argument later, the dress she's gonna wear isn't technically white, it's eggshell. The shoes are white, though, and the gloves, and the veil. Well, see you guys.
But this was the least of Ted's problems when it comes to classic Jeanette. Need I say it again? She's insane. Somehow Ted still didn't realize this. But I mean, at least the relationship ended there. Or did it? As Ted seems not to have any self-respect and chases after her the rest of the episode. He convinced her to get back together for a short moment until...
What the hell is this?
This was Ted's final straw, his final reason to stop dating and finally settle down with someone not crazy, which brings us straight to this next one. This is where it's all been leading up to, the final good choice. Ted finds the woman he is going to marry.
You just never know when or where.
And he was right. Unfortunately, the when of it was still a little ways down the road.
The first time we see her is a mysterious entrance of her character. Hidden by a yellow umbrella, this was the next romantic journey for Ted, and hopefully the last.
Because if Robin and Barney had taken my stupid advice and hired a DJ, I never would have met your mother.
The chance of her being the bass guitar player at Barney and Robin's wedding is crazy. I mean, it had to be destiny.
Go back and meet her.
No.
But what if it was destiny?
Lady, it's been a really long weekend. I'm moving to Chicago tomorrow. I can't really talk destiny right now.
That same moment, but we see Ted is realizing who she is. Like the woman said, it must be destiny.
Why does he keep doing this? He meets him, he likes him way too much, he goes way too big too soon, he ends up blowing it. I can't take this anymore. He's fallen in love so many times now.
Not like this. This is different.
As Lily said, this love was on a whole other level for Ted, and that is saying something, as we knew how much he threw himself into relationships throughout the series.
I saw that beautiful girl on that train platform, and that I had the guts to stand up, walk over to her, tap her on the shoulder, open my mouth, and speak. Excuse me. Hi.
Hi.
And this was the moment he met their mother. Oh, it's just tear-jerking, isn't it? This was the best choice for Ted, and forever will be. Ted and Tracy had the most chemistry, and that's the reason they could build a life together.
Will you?
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Will you? Will you marry me on Thursday? I called your office. You got nothing on Thursday. Will you marry me on Thursday?
Yes.
And they had one of the best TV romances ever for a short-lived episode. Ted finally learned how a non-toxic, healthy relationship worked until their time together ended.
Even then, in what can only be called the worst of times, all I could do was thank God. Thank every God there is or ever was or will be, and the whole universe and anyone else I could possibly thank.
And there it is, Ted Mosby's last great romantic choice throughout How I Met Your Mother. And it only took until the last episode. But it wouldn't be Ted if he didn't make just one more bad choice, or, the same bad choice over and over and over, like never letting Robin go. Ted knew from the moment he saw Robin that he'd be in love with her for a long time. But did anyone think this long? Like a whole 9 seasons? Come on, Ted.
Go say hi. I can't just go say hi. I need a plan. I'm gonna wait until she goes to the bathroom and I'll strategically place myself by the jukebox. So that
Hi, have you met Ted?
Hi.
Again, this is the moment Ted and Robin met, filled with love and possibility, never knowing what could happen next. But they knew it couldn't last long. Their differences and futures never aligned, and they wanted different things.
You did break up.
Yep.
Whoa. You guys okay?
Well, it hasn't been the easiest 2 weeks of our lives, but
We're okay.
But a little way down the line, they rekindled their relationship in a different way.
What is going on? When we were dating each other, we were practically living together and we didn't drive each other this crazy.
I know. What happened?
You know what it is? We were having sex. Men and women need sex to live together. It solves all disputes.
Yeah, you can see where this led.
Wow.
I know. It's like riding a bike, huh, buddy?
Riding a bike upside down, maybe. Okay, listen. If this is gonna happen on occasion, we can't tell anyone about this. Deal?
Deal.
Deal.
But then they almost made a pact for the future together. Well, a future relationship or marriage.
We should make a pact. If the years go by and we both turn 40 and we're still single,
Will you be my backup wife?
A girl always dreams of hearing those words. Yes, yes, a million times.
That's gotta count for something. Look at the tension between the two. And they clearly hold unresolved feelings for each other that never go away.
I know myself pretty well. And sometime over the next few months, I'm gonna want to sleep with you. And when that happens, you have to try to say no.
Try. I will absolutely say no. Our friendship is too important.
I mean, clearly for Robin, she was determined to sleep with Ted again after her breakup. But then Robin falls in love with someone else, one of Ted's close friends, Barney.
Barney made it happen. You must really love me.
You'd be crazy not to. I'm really happy for you guys.
And eventually they get married, only because Barney realized Ted let go of Robin.
Ted got that locket for you. He's the one you should thank.
Barney, wait.
But this is the end. Ted didn't let Robin go. And although it takes them and us a while to see it, there sure are hints.
I'm happy for them. I encouraged Robin to go after Barney.
I know, because you thought you were okay letting her go, but now that she's really gone, it hurts.
When Ted is there to help Robin find her locket, but Barney is too occupied.
Listen, I'm late for a big meeting. Is it important?
Nah, it's stupid. Good luck.
He acts like he's just as busy, but turns up anyway. This reminds everyone how much Ted really knows Robin, potentially a lot more than Barney.
Oh, come on, that's not fair. If you told Barney that you needed him, he'd be here in a heartbeat.
I didn't have to tell you. You're here.
Maybe he's never let her go, not even a little bit.
It's been with me all along.
Ted.
The locket is in the pencil box. This is awesome.
Ted.
No, I just mean this is gonna be the best wedding gift ever.
That's right, Robin imagined she would choose Ted, and this kept Ted hooked on her, as that very pencil box the locket was stored in was on Ted's desk for the past 5 years, never knowing it was with him. But he also knew he was always going to choose Robin when he and Victoria met again, and he had to make a choice.
You broke up with Victoria because of me?
She didn't want us to be friends anymore, so I had to let her go.
Ted?
But Robin was getting married to one of his closest friends. He had to let her go.
I have to let go now.
No, you didn't.
This is the Ted we're talking about. He was never truly going to forget about Robin. And in the very last moments of the last episode, they end up together, thanks to Ted's kids.
We love Aunt Robin.
Whenever she comes over for dinner, you guys are so obvious.
Come on, Dad. Mom's been gone for 6 years now. It's time.
And he even returned that same blue French horn from the very first date. There it is, folks. Arguably Ted's best and worst romantic choices throughout How I Met Your Mother. They had ups and downs, honestly didn't suit each other, but eventually nobody knew each other better than Ted and Robin. Apart from maybe Lily and Marshall, but that's impossible to beat. Comment down below who's your favorite romantic choice of Ted's. See you in the next one.